just 5 hours away from kickoff from when the Arkansas Razorbacks take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs in Starkville, Mississippi. Now, this is going to be a tough game for the Hogs. We saw what KJ Costello was able to do on the defending national champions, but the key word is but. You're still excited about this game nevertheless based on what you saw from that defense of Barry Odom's, especially in the first half. And Tommy, will start there. It's really going to be about getting to Costello, disrupting him, and making sure you tackle in space, because with guys like Kylan Hill coming out of the backfield, you got to make plays. Otherwise, you're going to see the back of their jerseys the rest of the way.
Yeah, probably one of the keys for tonight is can the defensive front by themselves get pressure on Costello, make him uncomfortable without having to send the blitz. If you can do that, that means the other, 7 or 8 guys on your defense, hopefully it's 8 or 9. If you could rush 3, it would be 8 if you could rush 3, obviously, can cover, because that's exactly what you're going to need, is to be able to cover without blitzing. And that's going to be one of the key things to watch tonight, is can that defensive line get pressure without having to send extra linebackers.
Yeah, you got to be able to get guys with 3 and 4 interior defenders. Right. Like you're saying, occasionally Barry Odom will call pressure, but what we've seen over the years, and really go back, and I know that we're 5 hours from kickoff, and a lot of you are tailgating, drive up to the game, but if you have time, go back after you talk with us and watch some of these games where Washington State and Texas Tech has struggled. Now, defensive coordinators are not fans of just sitting back and watching the offense come to him. But, Tommy, in this situation, it really disrupts Mike Leach's offense when you put 7 and 8 guys in coverage, and that just kind of disrupts the flow of their passing game.
Yeah, and so it really makes the quarterback's job easier, and, probably seem like more than 11 guys are perhaps out there at times. But I don't know if Arkansas is going to be able to do that. We know that, with this offense, there's going to be multiple options. There's going to be, they're going to use their 5 eligibles, so you're going to have a safety valve for Costello. So the ball's going to come out quick. We saw that last week with LSU. Can Arkansas get to him? LSU was able to get to Costello some a week ago.
Mm-hmm. Whether you're listening online on hitthatline.com, the TuneIn app, we're also up on video stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 Fort Smith, the River Valley, 104.3 Harrison Mountain Home, and then also 96.3 Hot Springs, Central Arkansas. We really appreciate you joining us today here on Arkansas Game Day. Tommy, the other thing is you flip to the other side of the ball. Mississippi State had 7 sacks against Miles Brennan and LSU. You got to be able to protect Felipe Franks, give him time, make him feel comfortable in order to get it out to your playmakers like Woods, Burks, and Knox.
Yep, and hopefully you can find some mismatches there. Your offensive line can protect well this week. There wasn't a lot of sacks given up, but Franks did take some heat and some pressure a week ago, so you got to use those mismatches. We saw an early touchdown from Burks. I'd like to see Trey Knox get a little more involved this week.
Yeah, 1 catch last week for, I believe, 3 yards. And Sam Pittman was asked about that in Monday's press conference, as he's still coming off that hip injury. Remember, that really derailed him last season. And Sam was like, no, he's healthy. He's just got to get open. And I think that was what you saw. One of the things that wasn't mentioned enough last year is we talked about the offensive line play not being up to standards in the SEC. We talked about how abysmal the quarterbacking was, but the wide receivers a lot of times last year, and I know it was a very young group this past season, but they didn't get open, and there were times where they misread the coverages. They went one way, and the quarterback thought they were going another. That has to be another facet of this offense that really shores up relatively quickly, because you got to take advantage of these mismatches. Like this is not the Georgia secondary. There's no All-Americans, Tommy, in that secondary like Richard LeCount. You got to take advantage of Mississippi State's defense today, and it starts with making plays out on the outside.
Yep, and I think Barry Odom with another week to break down film, break down the examples of what his defense was doing a week ago, did right, did wrong. I think we'll see a better defensive performance.
We'll get into some score updates coming up here. I know many of you have been watching college football to this point, as Tommy and I have. Really excited about today's slate of games. Also kind of get to hear from Clay. We're talking to Clay today, right, Tommy?
Yeah, we're going to talk to him in the 2 o'clock hour. He is in Mississippi. He will be en route to Starkville when we visit with him, and getting ready for the 6:30 start tonight. So he stayed the night in Mississippi last night, and we're planning to visit with him in the next hour here on our Game Day show.
Also taking your calls and text at 877-377-6963. If you're not listening to the show just on the radio, you're welcome to comment also on Periscope, on YouTube, and Facebook. We always appreciate that. Really have expanded that tonight. And then want to remind everyone, obviously, IMG coverage comes up after this starting at 3:30. Tommy, other parts of the game today, obviously we talked about both the offensive line and defensive line for the Razorbacks stepping up. You really got to see something out of your quarterback today. Felipe wasn't given that much of an opportunity this last game, and I know people were disappointed. He threw the 2 interceptions. One was a pick six. He had Traylon Burks throwing an interception. If Arkansas is going to make some noise in this conference, and I'm not talking about competing for the West, but at least getting out of the hellhole that they've been in, it starts with Felipe Franks.
Franks last week attempted 36 passes. Costello completed 36 passes. So you're going to have to get a little more on that page in that regard, and we'll see what kind of game it turns out. But you're right, this offense had 16 possessions, 16 drives last week. 12 of those ended in 4 plays or less with no score. 3 and out on 11 of those 12. You just got to be far more efficient. That's not going to get it done in the Southeastern Conference.
Especially in the second half where you really didn't get anything going. You had a pick six, you had a pick, you had three and out, you had multiple 3 and outs, you had a turnover on downs. Even if the defense shows improvement this year, Tommy, which I think based on what we saw from game 1, there's at least a light there. The offense, as you mentioned, has to be a key part of the defense's continued improvement. There's not going to be any improvement that we see on the football field this year if the defense is constantly on it. Let's just be real. That's one of the things why the Chad Morris era didn't work out, because when he was on that plane with Brett Dolan and he said this is going to be one of the most explosive offenses in the country, the left lane hammered down mantra that we heard from him press conference after press conference. Well, if it's not working and you're trying to run 3 plays in less than a minute, that means your defense is not getting any rest. We know that Kendall Briles likes to pick up the tempo, but in order for that to be successful, not only on his offensive side, but for Barry Odom to have successful defensive side, is you have to sustain drives. You have to get first downs. Arkansas was one of the worst offenses in the country at getting first downs last year, keeping time of possession, keeping the clock running when they have the football. That has to change, and it starts tonight in Starkville, Mississippi.
Yeah, 16 drives, just back to that. 9 punts, a safety, 3 interceptions. You turned it over on down once, then the field goal and the touchdown. I mean, that's just not going to work. So you got to be more consistent. It's not as though you're going to get out of a game without punts, but 9 of 16 is not going to work. And, that's fine if you're going to score on 4 or 5 other possessions. Mm-hmm. But 1 touchdown and 1 field goal is not going to do it. Add 3 interceptions to that, and Arkansas's got a lot of trouble.
And since Kendall Briles took over as offensive coordinator for the Baylor Bears in 2015, that ties the point total last week, 10 versus Georgia, ties his lowest point total as an offensive coordinator. Go back to last year when Florida State played Miami. They only scored 10 points. That goes to show you that he has really had a lot of success, but I've questioned, hey, how quick is this going to adapt to the SEC? I think he's going to have success, but how long is it going to take for his offense to get going? You're not playing this just insurmountable defense tonight. It's not like you're playing Georgia, Bama back to back. You're not playing Georgia, Clemson, or Georgia, Ohio State back to back. Not to say Mississippi State is a bad defense, but this is not the same high caliber defense that you faced last week in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yeah. So one of the things that will help this offense tonight, Ty, better starting field position. They really struggled with that in the first half. Average starting field position for the game inside their own 20. Got to do a better job with special teams. Got to do a better job tonight of just giving yourself a chance. You're not playing the Georgia defense, but you can't average like 86 yards to go to get a score, and that was a huge issue last week.
Yeah, and when George Caratan bonds a 50-yard punt, the kick coverage and the punt coverage better get after it. I say punt coverage because he's the one doing punts, and I think Vito Calvaruzzo is the one that's handling the kicking duty. So you have to take advantage of those as well. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in. This is Arkansas Game Day live from Randall Ford.
The pregame show that gets you hyped. This is Arkansas Game Day. This is Arkansas Game Day.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask Ted McAvoy in Van Buren or Jeff Clark in Fort Smith about Shelter's home insurance.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Miss Anna's on Towson is quickly becoming one of Fort Smith's favorite haunts. We're now serving breakfast from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Blue Plate specials served Monday through Friday. And don't forget about 99-cent Pie Tuesday. So whether you're craving some of our great kickin' chicken or one of our world-famous desserts, Miss Anna's is the place to be. 5001 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, 649-6300. That's 649-6300.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The best TV experience in the nation is available locally with personal service from Wild World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional, Dish-authorized retailer. Dish has the Hopper 3, the most advanced DVR, and delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recordings anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now, Wild World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH for more details, or stop by our location at the corner of Phoenix and Rogers, or visit us online at shopwildnow.com.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
They say, trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beers. Beer in Texas. St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you looking for a new place to call home? Whether you're looking for an apartment, duplex, townhome, or a house, Trinity Multifamily has you covered. They even have options in surrounding states, from Texas to Michigan and Kansas to Tennessee. If you're looking for a new place to call home, make Trinity Multifamily your first call at 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback pregame coverage is presented by Randall Ford and by Bud Light.
Live from Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. We are going to get into a Bud Light scoreboard update coming up shortly. But, Billy, I know you're really excited about the SEC slate that is today and other stuff. But I know you're also excited about what's going on here at Randall Ford, man.
We got a lot going on today. We got great deals on pickups, great deals on Explorers. We got a lot going on. A lot of people out here on the lot looking and test driving, and we've moved 4 or 5 today.
You mentioned the great deals you guys have going on Fords right now. 2020 Expeditions, they're going for $10,000 off right now.
That's $10,000. Yes, that's a fantastic deal. $10,000 off. That's unheard of in this business anymore.
And you think about the Ford F-150, which is known as the best-selling truck in the industry. But you guys aren't just a Ford dealership, man. You have a bunch of pre-owned vehicles. Chris was telling me about a 17 Ram that you guys have here, an LTZ Tahoe. I mean, it's not just Ford here, man. You guys have a variety of vehicles, cars, trucks, SUVs. You're very versatile here.
We've got a little bit of everything here. We've got Lincolns, Fords, Chevy Tahoes. We've got Toyotas, GMCs. We got a little bit of everything on our pre-owned lot, and they're ready to move today as well.
Yeah, and they were telling me about these used Lincolns, man. I mean, that is a great vehicle, and you guys have a couple of those right now here at Randall Ford.
We've got a 2017 out there with 14,700 miles on it that it rides and drives amazing, and I'd love to put that in your driveway today.
Yeah, absolutely. So you need to come by and see Billy today. Billy, I know outside of the Alabama game, what game are you most excited to watch today?
I want to watch Arkansas and Mississippi State and just see if last week was a fluke. I get it, that guy's good. I hope they beat the snot out of Mississippi State, to be honest with you.
I'm right here with you. Come by and see Billy today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Billy, appreciate the time, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So, and Tommy, and speaking of those games today, I want to go and get into our Bud Light scoreboard update. I know you were watching some college football today. What are some big-time games that really stood out to you early on?
Well, early on we've been watching Florida and South Carolina, also Tennessee taking on Missouri, been the SEC games in this first wave. Right now, Tennessee, they took or Florida rather, it's 38-17 Florida with a lead with 14 minutes to go in the first half. Florida leading South Carolina 38-17 right now.
Tommy, let me tell you something. That game was 14-14 in the second quarter. Kyle Pitts is playing like an All-American, if not the best tight end in the country. And then Kyle Trask and Dan Mullen just ripped that thing wide open. South Carolina, Will Muschamp coming off that tough heartbreaker loss last week to Tennessee. Tommy's not going to be much happier after his team's second-half performance against the Florida Gators.
South Carolina did a great job early in the game, had a great opening script, went down, scored early in the ball game, but Florida had a great plan. They've come back. They've controlled the line of scrimmage, and Trask has been pretty good through the air in this ball game, and Florida with a comfortable lead in the final quarter.
Tennessee's kind of opened it up and starting to pour it on Missouri a little bit with the recent touchdown. This is going to be a team that's going to be very interesting to watch. Jeremy Pruitt's squad winning their last 6 games, 7 of their last 8, and it looks like they're going to start out 2-0 this year, Tommy.
Yeah, and interesting game here to see how Missouri's doing. We're keeping a close eye on those M schools right now, and Tennessee. Clay was talking about this yesterday. He's going to join us in about 45 minutes. That line of scrimmage for Tennessee was really taking it to Missouri early in this game when I had that one on. So Tennessee looks like I don't know if they're going to be on the level with Florida or Georgia, but it would not surprise me, Ty, for Tennessee to beat one of those two schools this year.
Yeah, and one of the guys that Clay mentioned, Tommy, was Cade Maves, who's transferring from Georgia. They also have Trey Smith. So those are some big uglies that they have up front that are really doing damage. Elsewhere in the top 25 of college football, TCU, we always love talking about Texas losing a football game. Right now, Tommy, TCU up 23-21 in the third quarter.
I was watching some of that earlier. It was tied at 14, I believe, early in that game, or maybe 17. I don't have it in front of me, but that's been kind of a back-and-forth game so far.
Other top 25 matchup, Phil Elson's Pittsburgh Panthers, who have started out this season undefeated, at one point were down, I think, 17-3. They've overtaken the North Carolina State Wolfpack, Tommy, 2017.
That's an interesting ACC game there, so keeping an eye on what happens in that league and see if there's something interesting beyond just Clemson to take care of in that league.
We'll continue to update on scores and highlights throughout Arkansas Game Day. And if you want to call or text in, it is 877-377-6963. Now, last segment, Tommy, we talked about protecting Felipe Franks. But one of the other things the offensive line for the University of Arkansas needs today is give room to our boy, Rakeem Boyd. I mean, my goodness, you could tell the visible frustration on his face. He didn't come back to try and put up 20 or 30 rushing yards, Tommy. He's trying to go for 100 every single game, but they have to give him some space to work. We'll see if they'll be able to do that tonight.
Oh, yeah, no running room a week ago. 11 carries, 21 yards. 11 carries ought to do a lot better than 21 yards. I don't know if that's enough carries to get him, obviously, to 100. He's not going to average 10 per carry, but, he needs more work, and if he's going to get 100 yards a game, he's going to have to find some daylight. Now, you're not playing Georgia's defense, who just absolutely shut down the run last week. Arkansas is going to need to see if they can find some balance. I think the run game's the key this week because you need your offense to stay on the field to keep it away from Mississippi State.
No, you're absolutely right, because that is going to be one of the key parts is time of possession, Tommy. You can't have a terrible time of possession total by the end of the night, or you're probably going to end up losing this football game.
Well, I mean, sometimes that stat's a little bit overrated if you're allowing the other team to score quickly, but last week Georgia had it nearly 36 minutes in the ball game. You need it to be a lot more even than that, and honestly, Arkansas probably needs to be somewhere between 35 and 40 minutes to have a real good chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, no, that's right as far as that goes. And I just think that you're going to have to make some plays on defense tonight as well. Like KJ Costello, as we saw from the first game, 2 interceptions, probably could have thrown 3 or 4. He also had a fumble in that game. They also had another turnover. So early on, it looks like Mississippi State could be prone to turnovers. It's Arkansas could take advantage of those. Tommy, Georgia coughed up the ball a few times in that game, and Arkansas didn't take advantage of it. They also had a turnover on downs. You have to take advantage of the opportunities that are afforded to you, because if you're in the Arkansas Razorbacks position, you don't have enough talent to just overcome mental mistakes. You have to make up for every single bit of what you're falling behind, and that means taking advantage of turnovers.
Well, special teams were not good last week. I don't know what you could count on them for a score this week. Maybe something happens in the return game. You need the defense to either get a pick six or set up a short field. Offensively, what do you think, Ty? Can this offense put 5 scoring drives together against Mississippi State? I think this is a game where the winner's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 50-burger. If you're going to do that, you better. If Arkansas is only going to be able to get 5 touchdowns, you're going to have to get help elsewhere.
Is there anything better in college football in terms of vernacular than saying 50-burger? Give someone a 50-burger.
Yeah, we saw a couple of those last week around the league. So I think that's where this game's at. I mean, I think Arkansas can win the game, but can the offense score 7 times on their own? I got some doubts there. That means they're going to have to find a way to get some help. Special teams or defense, either setting up short fields or taking it to the end zone themselves.
Yeah, and it's just going to be curious, Tommy, to see how they go about doing that. Like, what are they going to be able to do in these type of situations? Are we going to see the same struggling offense tonight that we saw in game number 1? And we also have to factor in they're not playing that same type of defense. And I asked Sam Pittman earlier this week, I was like, have you seen Kendall Briles even locked in even more after his offense struggle? And he basically gave the politically correct answer, which is fine. He said, Kendall comes to work every day. He's not gonna change his mentality or anything. But I can guarantee you, Tommy, Kendall Briles took personal fault in what happened this past Saturday afternoon. Like you know how certain guys like they just when they're so used to success in whatever they do. I guarantee you that he was not happy about what occurred on Saturday afternoon, and he probably put even more work than he usually does.
Well, he shouldn't be. I mean, his offense sputtered, didn't get much done. I know they had 280 yards on 67 plays, but I hate to keep going back to the drives, but that's ultimately where the game boils down to. What did you do on your possessions? Again, 9 punts. You had a safety on that double reverse out of the end zone. You threw 3 interceptions. You weren't productive enough on the times you had the ball, and that's what it boils down to. The number of times you're going to get the ball in the game, 14, 15 times, 13 times. How many of those can you go score? Last week, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, Pilot Mike in Tulsa texting, he says, as Sam Pittman also discussed in his press conference earlier this week, is the receivers got to get open. As I was talking about with Trey Knox, that's not just applicable to Trey Knox. If you're a wide receiver for the University of Arkansas, even if the offensive line is improved, you know that Felipe is not going to get 8 seconds to throw the ball to you. So you have to make it your personal mission statement every single possession that you're going to make it as easy as possible to get open and give your veteran quarterback a chance to make a play. We are live at Randall Ford here at Arkansas Gameday. Call or text us at 877-377-6963. Clay's going to be joining us in this not this next segment, but the following segment, about 30 minutes or so. And we'll also continue updating you on the Bud Light scoreboard on what's happening in college football. Getting closer and closer to Arkansas and Mississippi State. We're coming back at you with Arkansas Gameday live at Randall Ford.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7. RandallFord.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
They say, trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told you.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Braden RV's 2020 blowout sale was a huge success, and now they need more trailers. Due to the massive shortage in good, clean, pre-owned RVs, they will pay top dollar for your RV. So if you don't get to use your RV as much as you like, don't worry. Braden RV's here to buy it, or they can even consign it for you. They also have the newest models from Thor, Forest River, Coachman, and many more arriving daily. They can take care of you on your service needs, and for the month of September, get 10% off all parts and accessories. The best camping weather is just around the corner, so stop by Braden RV on Alma Highway in Van Buren and start living your best life today. See dealer for details.
Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith wants you to know dine-in service is now open, recognizing all state and CDC guidelines. Takeout and delivery service remains available as well. Whole Hog Cafe Fort Smith is also, until further notice, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. The Whole Hog Cafe on Borough Road also has a drive-thru for your convenience. Call Whole Hog Cafe on Phoenix Avenue or Borough Road, or order online at wholehogfortsmith.com for your award-winning Memphis-style barbecue and sides.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your insurance agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when the bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Call Kohler and Green Insurance in Fort Smith, 484-9888, or in Van Buren, 474-9888, and online at kohlergreen.com.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning, your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask Ted McAvoy in Van Buren or Jeff Clark in Fort Smith about Shelter's home insurance. Whitson Morgan Motor Company, your 2020 Dealer Rater Dealer of the Year, has 4 great locations in the River Valley, giving you a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Choose from Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Chevrolet vehicles right now at Whitson Morgan Motor Company. See their reviews and compare with others. That many people can't be wrong. Visit Whitson Morgan in Clarksville, Ozark, and Russellville, or log on at whitsonmorgan.com for selections and great deals to serve you today.
Dee's Family Restaurant of Alma at 39 Column Lane across from the water park is now reopened and ready to serve you. We're open 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Breakfast is served all day and our full menu is available at 10:30 a.m. All you can eat steak on Thursday night, cooked order prime rib on Friday night, and now we deliver on Waiter. Curbside and to-go is still available. Call ahead 632-1014.
Radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith. From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3.
He's going to the house. Raheem Boyd for a touchdown.
Welcome to Arkansas Game Day.
Into the end zone. Arkansas wins. The Razorbacks win.
Presented by Randall Ford and Bud Light, an official title sponsor of the Razorbacks.
Arkansas Game Day live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Whether you're listening on radio, 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 Fort Smith and River Valley, 96.3 Hot Springs, Central Arkansas, or 104.3 Harrison Mountain Home. We are also streaming live on hitthatline.com, the TuneIn app, and then video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We really appreciate you joining us. Clay Henry set to join us in about 30 minutes or so. Is he in Starkville yet, Tommy, or is he
he's
making
on his way
there?
He's on his way
there. So he's
no need to stay in Starkville unless you have to stay in Starkville. So he stayed somewhere else in the state of Mississippi last night.
I think the only person that enjoys making fun of that town more than I do is Mr. Clay Henry. So I think we have really found a connection there with making fun of probably the worst, if not the second worst, college town in the SEC. But one thing is for sure, that is not the worst football program in the Southeastern Conference based on what they were able to do, dismantling the LSU Tigers last week, 44-34 in that football game. And the collective college football media, I've been reading a bunch of stories this week, listening to a bunch of radio. Arkansas is people are under the impression that Arkansas is going to get swamped tonight. And I just don't see that happening. Now, Mississippi State might beat them, and I think you and I agree there, but I don't think Arkansas is going to get blown out in this football game.
No, I think Arkansas, the line's, 18, or it was yesterday. I don't know if it's moved any today. Mississippi State favored by over 2 touchdowns. I think Arkansas is going to stay within that, but I have a hard time believing that Arkansas is going to get to the point they can overcome and win this game tonight on the road. I also have a hard time believing Mississippi State's passing game is going to be as good or better than last week. Listen, that was a career kind of day that State had at LSU, and as we've talked about all week on the Morning Rush, now Barry Odom, now every team in this league has tape on both of these teams, and Mississippi State will Barry Odom, starting today, will have a game plan for how to shut down KJ Costello.
And I hope it comes to fruition tonight because you really don't want to see this defense after such what seemed to be a successful outing in week number 1, take a major step back in week 2. But I look at this football game tonight, and what I brought up earlier this week is this is the first comparison tour stop. And the comparison tour I'm referring to is one of the guys that you were potentially going to have as your head football coach is Mike Leach. Now, you have Sam Pittman. That's the guy that really seemed to want the job and want to be here. And, Tommy, I forget who we have. I don't know if it was Jake Wimberly or Clay that mentioned this earlier this week, but it seemed like Leach wanted to be wooed when trying to get the Arkansas job, and Sam Pittman wanted to woo Hunter Yurachek and the rest of the Arkansas athletic department.
And that's understandable. Mike Leach has accomplished far more, obviously, as a head coach than Sam Pittman has. Both have been around the college game for a while, but Mike Leach's brand and his price tag are a lot higher than Sam. Sam was looking for that first opportunity, so it really wasn't even the same conversation. Let's be honest, because guys like Lane Kiffin and Mike Leach said no to Arkansas, it gave Sam Pittman an opportunity. But what it doesn't mean is that Sam Pittman can't win this game tonight, and what it doesn't mean is that Sam Pittman's time at Arkansas can't ultimately, over time, be more successful than what Mike Leach will accomplish in Starkville.
And what I jokingly said throughout the program this week is if Arkansas is going to go to Starkville and lose the game tonight, it does not invalidate the hiring of Sam Pittman. But if they win tonight, Tommy, it definitely validates the hiring of Sam Pittman.
Spoken like a true fan there.
That's the best way to put it. Speaking of fans, if you want to call or text in, give your opinion on the game tonight or got a question, what's happening with just the Arkansas as a whole heading into this game, it's 877-377-6963. I was curious heading into that Georgia game what kind of positives we could take away. And I would say the positives were Tommy, I don't know if did you see the hype video, and I know you're not a big hype video guy, but I know you did enjoy Frank Broyles and Houston Nutt, their pregame speeches. Did you see what Barry Odom had to say in his pregame speech before the Georgia game by chance?
No, I did not see that.
Okay, I'm going to send you this video. So one of the things that he said, Tommy, and we didn't get to see the whole speech because it was kind of just a snippet, but he said, go out there, get on that field, and punch them first in the mouth. Well, Tommy, that's exactly what they did against Georgia. Second drive, Felipe finds Traylon Burks for that long, I believe it was either 39 or 40-something yard touchdown, and you set the tone early. Following that, Simeon Blair almost has a pick six. You wonder what would have happened if Arkansas would have started the game up 14-0. But, Tommy, just like you did in the Georgia game, this is a better football team than you are that you're facing tonight. You got to go to Starkville and punch Mike Leach and his team in the mouth from the opening jump tonight.
Yeah, you got to control the line of scrimmage. It's the basics of college football. I mean, you've got to be better, and we led the show talking about this. And let me try to be more eloquent in saying it. You need to be able to get pressure on KJ Costello without blitzing. That means your defensive line has to be good enough to pressure the quarterback, make him throw on the run, make him do things he's not comfortable doing, although he looked good at doing a lot of those things, particularly in the second half of that ball game last week, so that you can keep enough in coverage underneath. That is one of the critical things in this game tonight for Barry Odom's defense.
You're absolutely right. And just to irritate Mike Leach has shown over the years that he can get frustrated. So you'd like to see some visible angerness from Mike Leach on the sidelines. And I think, like Barry Odom, Mike Leach talked about earlier this week, that Barry Odom's got a good background in this conference. That's why so many people were excited about the hire. I remember when Paul Feinbaum was talking with Sam Pittman a couple months ago, and he asked him, it's like, hey, there's rumors floating around that you've hired Missouri's former head coach Barry Odom. What can you say about that? And Sam Pittman immediately smiled, and he's like, well, Paul, I can say that Barry is on his way from Columbia to Fayetteville, Arkansas right now, and it's really the two coordinators that you brought in that you were super duper excited about. Now it's time to see if they can put a two-unit game together, because we saw that Barry's unit showed up last week. Can Kendall's unit show up tonight, and they combine for a pretty solid performance that can help lead help get a first victory of the season?
Yeah, and the question is, how do you feel about Arkansas's offense, which it's hard to feel very good last week, versus what LSU was able to put on the field? So, let's see what Mississippi State's defense can do tonight against a week 2 offense of Arkansas, and what adjustments Briles has made with, really about 3.5 days to get that done.
And
effectively.
That's kind of – the defense did their part last week. The offense wasn't able to. Well, Tommy, I did my part this morning. I broke the curse. I watched Rocky this morning. Now, the Arkansas football team as a whole.
Did you drink your raw eggs?
I did not drink any raw eggs, so I don't think I can do that. I had my chicken broccoli rice, kind of ventured into the weekend since I had a bad meal on Thursday night. So I hope that whatever guilt I was feeling for not being the only sports radio host in the country for not watching Rocky, hopefully all that has been passed by and the curse will be lifted on the Arkansas Razorback program tonight.
Yeah, so maybe that's the key to all this. Maybe that is what has been holding this entire state back for the better part of 8 years. You not seen Rocky.
Well, Alex has confidence that my watching of Rocky will turn the tide tonight. He says that, first of all, he wants to thank us for the pregame we're doing again. This is Arkansas Game Day live at Randall Ford, presented by Bud Light. He's saying Hogs by 3, Tommy. Whoop pig. Now, I will say that I've seen a decent amount of Arkansas fans confident in this game tonight, confident that they're going to be able to win. Now, I'm not saying that's over 50%, but I was surprised to see that there are a decent amount of fans in this throughout this week that believe that Arkansas is going to win the game. Wow. I think it's going to be highly competitive, but I guess we'll see what transpires tonight.
It's a typical game week. I mean, nobody believes on Sunday and Monday, and here we are Saturday, and I've had 10 texts from people today, hey, Hogs are going to do it today. I got a good feeling. Based on what? Why do you have a good feeling? I don't know, but I got a feeling they're going to do it tonight. All right, tell me why. I don't know, but I got a feeling. This is what we do every time.
You just sucked the life out of me, Tommy.
Well, I'm just saying it's wash, rinse, repeat every week. We need to – hey, this would be a great place to get it going, because the momentum I think you could carry forward, particularly with Auburn playing Georgia tonight as well. They're going to be a little bit beat up. Who knows what happens week to week with COVID, as we've seen, particularly with the NFL in the news this morning, that the Chiefs and Patriots are postponed right now. You never know what's going to happen on any given week. Who knows? You get the momentum and the confidence in a win tonight, you might go to Auburn, go down to the Plains next week and play even better. and get a win there. How sweet would that be? We'd all give up a win tonight to get one next week over that offensive coordinator down there.
And since you brought that up, Tom, we probably need to update our listeners, especially in the 95.3 and 104.3 listening areas. You will not hear the great illustrious voice of Mitch Holthus tomorrow afternoon because of the postponement of the Patriots and Chiefs. So I've seen reports that they could be played on Monday night, Tuesday night, or even Wednesday night. I have no idea what's going to happen with that football game. But for those who are excited about that Chiefs-Patriots game tomorrow afternoon, that was set to to kick off at 3, it will not. It's postponed at this point. So I wanted to get that in there as well.
Kind of had the Hog game and that game kind of anchoring my weekend. That was my afternoon tomorrow. Whatever had to be done on the honey-do list was going to get done before 3:35.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
Don't tell my wife the game is not playing.
Don't tell her. Hopefully, she's not listening. We are live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Come on by and see everybody here and take advantage of 2020 Ford Expeditions that are $10,000 off. And they don't just have Fords here, y'all. They have anything you're looking for. Their pre-owned selection is unbelievable. This is Arkansas Game Day live at Randall Ford.
There's no other pregame show that gets you more ready for the game. This is Arkansas Game Day.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask Shelter agents Brandon Zimmerman or Chris Dooley about renter's insurance.
Come on into Buffalo Wild Wings and try our new fan favorites featuring our new cauliflower wings paired with our mouth-watering Zing Zang sauce. While you're here, reward yourself with Buffalo Wild Wings' new daily trivia while enjoying our fan favorite smoked brisket burger or southern chicken sandwich. Let your taste buds win and come on in to Buffalo Wild Wings, the best and only place to watch college football and the NFL. Celebrate your fantasy team winning on our wall-to-wall TVs. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
For the month of October, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October. We also offer in-store no credit check financing, delivery, and service after the sale. At Frank Bro Furniture, we are family owned and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made in the USA products as possible. Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frank Bro Furniture, your made in the USA headquarters, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Frank Bro Furniture, best seats in the house.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a Shelter Insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat-screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask Ted McAvoy in Van Buren or Jeff Clark in Fort Smith about Shelter's home insurance.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Business owners, if your carpets and floors show the effects of too much foot traffic, call the professionals at your local Service Master Clean. Whether it's janitorial cleaning or specialty cleaning to eliminate dirt and grime from carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors, no job is too big or too small. Service Master Clean has been an industry leader for more than 60 years. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or ServiceMasterPC.com.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house?
All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Hardee's introduces the new prime rib and cheddar Angus thick burger, a charbroiled burger so delicious you have to see it to believe it. But seeing as you can't see it, I'll describe it. There's a juicy charbroiled 100% Angus beef patty cooked over fire, topped with sliced prime rib. That's right, premium prime rib on charbroiled Angus beef. And on top of that, melted cheddar cheese sauce. So what are you waiting for? Try the new prime rib and cheddar Angus thick burger from Hardee's. Feed your happy. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. Price and participation may vary.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback pregame coverage is presented by Randall Ford and by Bud Light.
Live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. This is Arkansas Game Day. Got a text in here from Bruce in Nashville. He says, Hogs lose to State by a lot, plus they're going to put over 500 yards on the Hogs. So Bruce is not high on the Razorbacks having much success against the Bulldogs today, Tommy.
Well, Bruce, I hope you're wrong.
Yeah, I do too. That's the best. That's the best retort we have for you, Bruce. We hope you're dead wrong.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope Tommy and I's prediction about the game tonight are both dead wrong. But speaking of games, let's get into another Bud Light scoreboard update. Tommy, what you got for us, man?
Well, looking around the country late in the fourth quarter with 5:52 to go, Florida well in hand over South Carolina by a couple of touchdowns. South Carolina scored in the fourth quarter, but with less than 6 minutes to go, Florida 38 and South Carolina 24. Taking a look at top 25 scores, end of the third quarter, TCU leading number 9 Texas in Austin 23-21. Number 24 Pitt 23, NC State 17. That scored with 10:52 to go in the ball game. It is final in Knoxville. Number 21 Tennessee has defeated Missouri. Missouri drops to 0-2, while Tennessee is undefeated at 2-0, 35-12, the final score there. And that's all the action right now. That is live. We're waiting on the second wave of games to begin in about 10 minutes or so here with some great 2:30 games, including a featured game in the SEC with number 2 Alabama hosting number 13 Texas A&M's. We'll have a few more scores to pass along in the top 25 coming up in the next half hour or so.
Tommy, what did you think about the decision for CBS picking the Alabama-Texas A&M game over the Auburn-Georgia game? Because you have a top 10 matchup in one, and I know Alabama has a big-time TV audience, but I was a little surprised that they picked the Texas A&M-Alabama matchup, which I consider is going to be a blowout, probably maybe late into the second quarter, early in the third.
I think they have the research to show anytime they can put Alabama on, it draws a national audience. The reality is Auburn and Georgia are not the national brands Alabama is. A&M's got a good national alumni base, but that's an Alabama decision in my opinion. They put out, if you just look at the last 4 to 5 years of what CBS has selected for their games, they pushed the limit on putting Alabama on TV, and I think it's hurt them in the ratings in recent years because a lot of those games in the second half, Ty, aren't even watchable.
Yep.
They're not competitive. And this one today may be the same way. We shall see. 2020 is a weird year, but I think it's all about Saban. He's a national brand. He's the brand of college football. Alabama draws fans from across the country, and that is the reason CBS wants them in their prime slot when they can get them.
Tommy, let me give you an example why I think it's going to be a blowout today. My buddy Chris Marler at Saturday Down South compiled Kellen Mond's stats when he's at home compared to when he's on the road. Tommy, when he is at home, he's 14-3 as a starting quarterback. Away, he's 4-6. When he's facing an unranked team, he's 15-2, and he's 3-7 versus an unranked team. His completion percentage takes like a 6% dip. He has a 12-14 touchdown to interception ratio when he is on the road. I just don't see this game being competitive. I genuinely want it to be competitive, not for Aggie Dave's sake, but for the sake of college football and wanting to watch a good game. I just don't see Jimbo and company being able to keep up with old St. Nick down there in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, the question is, can Isaiah Spiller run the football against Alabama's defense today. That's going to be critical for Texas A&M. And how does the quarterback situation shake out for Alabama? Mac Jones last week, 18 of 24, had 250 yards and a couple of touchdowns. They put Young in at the end of the game. Both look good. You got to believe they're going to run with Mac Jones in this game, but you saw both quarterbacks against Missouri. Probably wise to get two guys ready in this weird year of 2020.
Yeah, especially you think back to just a few years ago when Jalen Hurts was called upon after Tua Tagovailoa got injured in the SEC championship game against Georgia and had to come back. So you always have to have a backup prepared when it comes to what's happening in college football. And like you mentioned, Tommy, especially with COVID kind of being on the forefront of everything going on right now, you think about the tightened SEC schedule where you're playing 10 SEC opponents this year. That means you're going to be beaten and battered 2 more games than you typically are. I know you have 2 less games, but still, I would honestly make the debate that it might be harder on your body going against 10 SEC teams than 8 SEC teams and 4 non-conference opponents, depending on what that one non-conference opponent is in the Power 5.
Another quick couple of updates. New score in Austin as TCU with Griffin Kell made a 28-yard field goal. TCU now up 26-21 with 13:36 to go in the ball game. And NC State has pulled ahead of number 24 Pitt. The extra point is good. It's now 24-23 with 8:16 to go in that game at Pitt.
Clay Henry's going to join us in about 10 minutes. He did not stay in Starkville wisely. He stayed in another Mississippi town and is making his way to the worst/second worst college town in the SEC. Tommy, I'm also looking at my phone to update on our residential Baylor fan here, Jordan, and my father. They're down 14-7 in Morgantown, facing a 3rd-and-goal situation. I think I might be a little behind on that, but that's another game to keep an eye on as we get closer and closer. 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Is the game of the day? Is it Georgia Auburn? Is that just the easy pick?
That's the game I really wish wasn't head to head with Arkansas, so I could pay more attention to it. I would rather watch that one at 2:30 because I'm with you. I don't think Bama A&M is going to be competitive into 4 quarters. I think Auburn and Georgia have a chance to be very competitive. Georgia's won the last 3, and I think 6 of the last 7. I think ultimately Georgia wins this ball game, but I think it's going to be a very good football game.
And I hope it is, too, because I just want to see a high power. And I picked Auburn in this football game. I'm curious, what does J.T. Daniels look like tonight? And I'm assuming he's the guy that's going to start for the Georgia Bulldogs against Auburn. I haven't seen it. I probably need to double-check on that. But that's going to be a very interesting scenario because your first game in, yes, it is at home, but it's going up against Auburn and Kevin Steele, which is no easy task, Tommy.
And maybe the better question is, how does Bo Nix look tonight against that Georgia defense who did look good against Arkansas? Even though the team struggled, Georgia got the job done defensively. Can Bo Nix, led by that Chad Morris offense tonight, get some productivity against Georgia? We'll see if Auburn's able to do that with their quarterback and Bo Nix.
And it seems like, based on a couple Georgia people, that Stetson might get Stetson Bennett, who's the guy that really kind of galvanized the Georgia offense against Arkansas. He's probably going to get the start tonight, but it looks like that J.T. Daniels, if given the opportunity, is going to play. So that's going to be a very interesting game tonight. And as we've mentioned several times throughout the morning rush the last couple of months, you got to remember, when it comes to the SEC East conversation, Georgia has to play Alabama this year. That game is going to be in 2 weeks, if I remember that correctly.
Correct.
So that is going to be a massive matchup with major implications, not only the SEC, but for the college football playoff. And I know that Kirby Smart, regardless of what he says, he's thinking about that. But, man, Georgia has a tough slate of games, Tommy. My goodness gracious. They got that Alabama game in 2 weeks, and they take on, I believe, if I remember correct, it's going to be Tennessee next week. I mean, yeah, Tennessee confirmed that. So that is not an easy stretch for Kirby Smart's Bulldogs.
Yeah, Auburn, Tennessee, Alabama, then Kentucky. I mean, on the Kentucky behind Alabama, while they'll be favored and should win that game, Kentucky won't be an easy ball game either. Not a walkover.
We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be joined by Clay Henry coming up on Arkansas Game Day. We are live at Randall Ford.
The pregame show that gets you hyped. This is Arkansas Game Day.
Evans Body Shop wants you to know that we are here for you. During this uncertain time, let us take the wheel and get your car repaired so you are ready to roll when the time comes. We offer pickup and delivery and will sanitize your vehicle during your complimentary detail that is done with all repairs. Don't want to get out at all? We have you covered. We offer a mobile estimating tool that allows you to take a few pictures and we will email or text your estimate directly to you. Check out our website or Facebook for more details.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask Shelter agents Brandon Zimmerman or Chris Dooley about renter's insurance.
Hey, this is Ted with Ed Walker's Drive-In. For more than 70 years, Ed Walker's has been the place to go for the best French dips and hand-patted hamburgers in town. Blue Plate Specials served Monday through Friday, and we're still the home of Fort Smith's only 5-pound hamburger. We're open 10 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup, 783-3352. Ed Walker's Drive-In, 1500 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, where the legend lives on.
Winter is just around the corner. At AOG, we realize some customers are facing new challenges because of the pandemic. We're here to help. Our customer service team can offer you a wide array of payment options or direct you to utility payment assistance agencies in your area for help. Please call us at 1-800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com. Thank you for being a valued AOG customer. We're all in this together.
Are you ready to take the next step? Want to make real money? How about averaging $2,800 per week? United Welding Institute is accepting new students to shape into high-paid career welders. Graduates of United Welding Institute find great-paying jobs in the oil field, power plants, refineries, pipelines, and more. United Welding Institute in Pottsville, Arkansas has been training professional field-tested welders since 2013. Change your life and call 479-968-3390 or visit UnitedWeldingInstitute.com.
This is Brett Good, former Razorback and Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Everyone loves to be on a winning team. That is why I have joined Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Henderson Phillips can help you tackle all your employee benefit, health insurance, and staffing management solutions. Plus, I can help you with any commercial or personal insurance need. Come join my team at Henderson Phillips. Call me, Brett Good, at 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292.
New construction and business remodeling is great, but it leaves a big mess, and job site cleanup is the final touch for any commercial construction or renovation project. When you need to put the finishing touch on your project, call your local Service Master Clean. From post-construction cleanup to everyday janitorial services, no job is too big or small. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087, or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback pregame coverage is presented by Randall Ford and by Bud Light.
Live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. This is Arkansas Game Day. Come on by and see us and take advantage of 2020 Ford Expeditions. They're going for $10,000 off. And I know when you hear the name Ford, you think of American company, you think about great deals, great value. But they don't just have Ford cereal. They have cars, trucks, SUVs. Whether you're in the market for a truck like a 2017 Ram that has only 9,000 miles on it, or an LTC Tahoe 2016 with only 42,000 miles on it, they've got it all for you at Randall Ford. Come on by and see us at 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith as we bring in our guy Clay Henry to Arkansas Game Day. Clay, thanks for making some time for us, man.
Good to be here. Thanks, Ty.
Absolutely. So, just kind of your overall feel. I know we've gotten to simmer and kind of sit on this game throughout the week. And I don't know if you have any indications of who may be missing. I got a text or two this morning saying there might be a player or two out for Arkansas. Have you heard anything as far as that front goes?
I haven't checked.
When you get down, kind of like in the protocol last week, Clay, I know that we were joking about like Tommy with binoculars and stuff, and I know that you always do that. It's something you and Tom and everyone else, as far as beat writer, does throughout the years. Is there a sense that do y'all start that earlier process than usual because of everything that's going on right now with COVID?
No, I mean it's Ty. It's been you can't start it earlier. I mean, no, you can't check for players until they come out on the field, and I think that's generally what everybody's done. And this really isn't any different than years past because it's been a long time since I can recall that you knew who the injured players were. You know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what happens? You know, the practices are all closed. So, I think Houston Nutt was the last coach that you really had the feel for who was hurt and who wasn't. So you're checking to see every week. And then there's always things like suspensions or players in the doghouse or things that have happened. So as soon as the players come out on the field, that your job starts as far as trying to assess who's here and who's not.
Yeah. Clay, is this a defense tonight for the Razorbacks that can get pressure on KJ Costello without sending linebackers, without out blitzing? Can this defensive line disrupt Costello by themselves?
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out. I didn't see a lot of pressure past the first quarter when you had Coates and Gerald out. I think Soley has some speed that can do some damage, and Zach Williams is a guy that has speed. But yeah, I mean that's the name of the game. Can you win some? This whole offense that Mississippi State and Mike Leach run, it's about putting you in one-on-one situations, both in the secondary and in rush situation. And if you want to pick your poison, you might rush a little bit more, but then you're really leaving yourself vulnerable to the dump down to Kylin Hill. And I don't think they want to do that. So I think that you might blitz on occasion, but most teams have dropped and played coverage. And if you suspect that a team can throw and catch, the blitz is kind of a sparsely used technique, and it's more cover with 8, rush 3. Every once in a while you'll add a man here or there, but it's if the guy's experienced and he knows what he's doing, I'm talking about the quarterback, then you better be careful about how you overload and better protect your back end and really try to tackle short of the stakes, and that's the plan.
Let's go back to something we talked about yesterday on the Morning Rush, and that was, LSU last week was very stubborn, tried to play man defense well into this ball game, and they got burned a few times. Arkansas is going to probably mix up the coverages, but that's going to be a key thing, I think, to watch tonight is does Arkansas get up in man coverage? Do they try to press? And if so, do they have any success there?
Yeah, and it's a little more complex than that, and I think sometimes we have a hard time recognizing that as lay people. And if you're not a coach, and you think, okay, well that guy went in motion, and you saw a nickelback run with him, and so you say, okay, they're man across the back. Well, they might not be. It might be man at one level, zoned at another level, and man again. If you're playing 8 in the back, you're probably got some man responsibilities on those wideouts, but you've got some help. They doubled Pickens last week and took him out of the game for the most part. When you're playing 4 outside, it's hard to double very many. So it's that's where the quarterback has to be really good at understanding what you're doing. Now, the good news for Arkansas is that we have seen that they're playing a more experienced coverage unit, And this is the most experience Arkansas has had in the back end in several years, where there's not true freshmen across the, at corner and safety. These guys have been playing SEC football a little bit longer, so that's a good aspect of where Arkansas is right now on defense.
Talking with Clay Henry here on Arkansas Game Day. God, Clay, let's switch to the other side of the football. I know that you're obviously talking about getting to KJ Costello and then just playing in the back end and stuff. Very important that those secondary members for the Razorbacks stay home and use and follow their assignments. But as far as Arkansas's offense is concerned, they're not playing what looks to be as good of a defense as Georgia. And I know Kendall was probably not happy with the results that he had against the Bulldogs on Saturday. What kind of expectations do you think we should have for this Arkansas offense tonight?
Improvement, and I think that you think that you'll be able to run the ball a little bit better, and that'll help the pass game, and that should also help in protections if they can make some headway and get in some third and shorts, or even break a run. If you can get Rakeem Boyd past the first level, he's a guy that makes people miss and can go the distance. And you saw that a little bit with Traylon Smith against backups. The backups that you saw at the end of the game for Georgia might be more comparable to what you got at Mississippi State in this defense now. Now they've got a great middle linebacker, and he's played. I guess he's the leading active tackler in the SEC right now, 220-something career tackles. So, can you go up the middle? Can you run in the A-gap? And that was one of my keys. If they can do something to impact the game with some inside running, I think everything trickles down and improves. But here's the bottom line to me for this game, and it is what I've seen over the last 3 or 4 years at Arkansas is that there are some games where they get maximum effort, and you saw them rise up, say, and play Texas A&M close. And when they don't get it done, the next week they fall back, and the effort's not there. It's not a consistent effort from week to week where you say they're playing hard every week. I want to see how much did they put into last week's game that it was Georgia, and will they be able to bring that kind of effort again on the road? And then Sam Pittman grows the program by getting consistent effort week to week. That's to me the critical aspect of this game, aside from matchups.
Clay, I know you're not at the stadium yet. You'll be in the press box in a few hours when it opens. But what kind of atmosphere are you expecting tonight? Obviously, it's just a different year, as we've talked about week after week. The crowd's going to be somewhere around 15,000 tonight, but we know that they'll probably arm them with each extra cowbells. What do you think the atmosphere will be like tonight, and how much of a true home field edge will it be for State? Because we knew Arkansas, it certainly wasn't the same a week ago.
Yeah, Tommy, the thing that I find interesting as we go forward is what kind of novel ways do the home athletic departments use to raise the level, and by that I mean what kind of noise level do they pipe in, and when do they play it, and when do they not? And we would assume that there's going to be cowbells. The next assumption is that there'll be recorded cowbells. There's nothing that says they can't have recorded cowbells. There was recorded noise, for instance, when Bumper Pool blasted DeJuan Mathis on the sideline. That place was loud, and it was louder than 17,000 could make. So that was piped-in noise. And so what will it be like when there's a big play or when Arkansas is coming to the line of scrimmage, and how much cowbell will be piped in from the loudspeakers? And they've got huge scoreboards on both ends that they can pipe in stuff. So that's what I'll be watching for, and I guess deciding if I need to put my earplugs in.
Hope you have them with you. It's been a few days. You've had a few more days to think about Jarquez McClellan opting out for the rest of the year. He's been into his second protocol and his second quarantine. As you've thought about this more, you had a little windshield time headed to Mississippi. What do you think the true effect is on today's game?
Yeah, so I think what you have is every hit matters. Every loss matters. You don't know, as Ty alluded to, we don't know what COVID did this week.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if it hit a couple of cornerbacks. And if that's the case and you would have had Jarquez back this week, it's a major deal. Well, if they don't have any injuries or anything in the second, he wasn't a starter, and I think that's part of his frustration is that he was a starter and now he's not, and he's sitting out and can't get on the practice field to impress his new coaches. So, but yeah, I think every little blow like this adds up over the course of the season, and you don't know when an injury or two or a couple of COVID hits really impact, and you are playing true freshmen or walk-ons at cornerback or at nickel or at right guard or right tackle or wherever it might be. I think it's every time you lose a player, you just know at some point that's an important loss. Maybe not this week, but it might be next week at Auburn. You just don't know what the COVID is going to do from week to week in injuries and how they mount up.
Clay, before we let you go, man, just any last thoughts as we're about, 4 hours from the game? Just any last thoughts on the Bulldogs and the Razorbacks going head-to-head tonight?
I guess I'm just happy that we're playing another week. When you look at the NFL and they're postponing games and moving, Cam Newton's out for the Patriots and they're not playing. And every week that we play, to me, is like you opened up another Christmas present because we just didn't know where we would be. And I didn't know, frankly. I'm in Tupelo. I've just checked into my hotel, and I've got an hour drive to Starkville. I didn't know if I was going to go on the road this year. I didn't know whether I'd go to Fayetteville. So to me, it's just there's some excitement that, yeah, we're playing another game. And I think it's going to be like that throughout the season. As I watched last night and watched ESPN and saw that the Pac-12 has made the decision to play, I think that's all really good news for college football.
It does, though, feel like we're week to week, though, at times.
Yeah, there's no question. Yeah, I haven't booked any hotels. I've been booking them 2 days out.
You're not doing the non-cancelable paid-in-advance reservations, are you?
No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm staying with my brother next week on the trip to Alabama. He lives in Tuscaloosa, so I'm going to stay with him. He told me my reservation's good.
Yeah, check in anytime. All right,
check in anytime.
Be careful on your way to Starkville.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
He told me that the lights would be on when I got there. So.
All right. Well, be careful going to Starkville here in a little while and on your travels back. We'll talk to you
okay,
next
thank
week.
y'all. Thanks, Ty.
See you, Clay. So good stuff from Clay Henry, as always, as we are rolling along here on Arkansas Game Day. The number is 877-377-6963 if you want to call or text in. W. Wick says he thinks the Hogs are going to cover the spread tonight. That's kind of what he's thinking. I think they're also going to cover the spread. We'll get your thoughts and text coming up on Arkansas Game Day, live from Randall Ford.
There's no other pregame show that gets you more ready for the game. This is Arkansas Game Day.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your insurance agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when the bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Call Kohler and Green Insurance in Fort Smith, 484-9888, or in Van Buren, 474-9888, and online at KohlerGreen.com.
Winter is just around the corner. At AOG, we realize some customers are facing new challenges because of the pandemic. We're here to help. Our customer service team can offer you a wide array of payment options or direct you to utility payment assistance agencies in your area for help. Please call us at 1-800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com. Thank you for being a valued AOG customer. We're all in this together.
With over 40 years combined experience, the team at the law offices of Craig L. Cook understand the definition of work. Real work. Working for you. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help navigating bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
This is Brett Good, former Razorback and Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Everyone loves to be on a winning team. That is why I have joined Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Henderson Phillips can help you tackle all your employee benefit, health insurance, and staffing management solutions. Plus, I can help you with any commercial or personal insurance need. Come join my team at Henderson Phillips. Call me, Brett Good, at 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292.
Fall is here, and fall fishing is a great way to get outdoors and enjoy the fall season. Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to make your day on the water a success. Rods, reels, bait, clothing, footwear, and much more for the angler. Just arrived. A new shipment of Old Town canoes and fishing kayaks. You can paddle or pedal, or now the new fishing kayaks with trolling motors. Check out the new Old Town kayaks at Jelco Outdoors. And remember, a great day fishing begins at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. The all-new Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas wants you to get out and explore this fall. Wheels has the luxury brands you can depend on to keep you camping. Brands like Grand Design, Alliance, KZ, and the all-new solar-powered Vibe. And with a lifetime warranty on every new unit and a mobile service shuttle, you can relax and know that your RV will stay like new year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. See, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006, will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
Are you ready to take the next step? Want to make real money? How about averaging $2,800 per week? United Welding Institute is accepting new students to shape into high-paid career welders. Graduates of United Welding Institute find great-paying jobs in the oil field, power plants, refineries, pipelines, and more. United Welding Institute in Pottsville, Arkansas has been training professional field-tested welders since 2013. Change your life and call 479-968-3390 or visit UnitedWeldingInstitute.com.
Hello, everybody. You're looking live at Fansville, a college football utopia.
Fansville.
Where the rivers flow with ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
Delicious.
Where every day is Saturday, and everyone's a fan, even babies.
Fan babies.
And the seasons never change, because the only season is college football season. Get a taste of Fansville this fall during a college football game near you. Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. Grab some today.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback pregame coverage is presented by Randall Ford and by Bud Light.
Live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. This is Arkansas game day. Tommy, I think my dad is in the middle of just what could be crisis because his Baylor Bears are now in overtime with West Virginia, and apparently they got screwed on a certain play near the goal line, but luckily they have made it to OT and managed to escape. So I'm getting couple texts, not just from him, but other Baylor people, because they're just in the midst of chaos right now in Morgantown, West Virginia.
I've got the A&M Alabama game on. It's early, but A&M is moving the football down the field against Alabama. 11:46 to go, no score, but A&M getting the ball. I think it's down to the 21-yard line. Waiting for this hit. 21-yard line of Alabama here in this opening drive.
How about that? So, Tommy, one of the more underrated storylines of the offseason is Pete Colding, who's the defensive coordinator for Alabama. He's not exactly in cold water right now. He's in kind of hot water now. That's pretty much everyone that's on Nick Saban's staff. You have to be alert 24/7 and make sure you're on the top of your game. But this is not the same Alabama defense that we've seen under Kirby Smart, under Jeremy Pruitt, and some of the other DCs that he's had under him.
But I mean, okay. But isn't that a job and title only? Are you truly a defensive coordinator on Nick Saban's staff? I mean, that's like saying you're true, like Chad Morris is truly the offensive coordinator at Auburn. I mean, that's why Mike Leach didn't even go through the exercise. He's the offensive coordinator at Mississippi State. I mean, you can blame Golding all you want. Maybe he's not getting your coffee mixed just right, but if you're Nick Saban, but who's really running that defense there?
I don't know. Like,
I think you do know.
See, you think it's similar to? I mean, I feel like it's more hands on the offensive guys, more hands on. Not to say that Nick doesn't have a role in the offense, but I mean, I talked to Alabama. That was Kirby's defense for years because of that. I've talked to other people. That was Jeremy's defense, however long he was there. Now, I think he has a role. Obviously, I think you're. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the statement that it's an errand boy role and it's a coffee boy role when it comes to that. I don't know if I can get on board with that, to be honest.
I think in the end, I mean, if something's going wrong with the defense, Nick Saban's the guy that's got to get it fixed. I mean, because he is the defensive mastermind, right? He's the guru there. So that's what he is known for. So I have a hard time laying at the feet of a defensive coordinator that I think 8 out of 10 college football fans couldn't even tell you who is the defensive coordinator at Alabama.
We're giving you a Bud Light scoreboard update, and as we do that, James texted in. Tommy says he's getting ready for a Hog win. Hogs 51, Dogs 49 in overtime, and he's in Ratcliffe, Arkansas, drinking some of the Razorback Bud Lights. He sent us a picture via the text line. Have you gotten? Now I know that we're going to your house after. Did you get any of those Razorback Bud Lights?
I did not get the Razorback Bud Lights. I did get us some Michelob. Well, I got me some Michelob Ultras. My wife a few things, and I got you some White Claws. So I mean, we're ready to go because I know that So we're ready for the men, the ladies, and for Ty.
We're rip roaring and ready to go here at Randall Ford as well as. Thank
update.
You for it.
All right, little update from Tuscaloosa. Texas A&M, after driving the ball down the field to the red zone, Seth Small misses a 37-yard field goal, so we're scoreless. A&M with a chance to draw first blood. They turned it over to Alabama, scoreless with 10:37 to go in the first quarter.
What do you think the reaction of Aggie Dave and Harrison is right now after seeing – who Seth Mull, by the way, Tommy, is one of the best place kickers in the country.
Well,
not only
right now.
And he's probably not –
He hooked it wide left.
Oh, that's not good in Tuscaloosa. And Billy, who's the residential Alabama fan here at Randall Ford, is happy about Small's miscue as far as that goes. So not a great start for Texas A&M as we are live here at Randall Ford on Arkansas Game Day. Want to welcome in Audrey to the conversation. Audrey, kind of just the stuff you guys got going on right now. 2020 Ford Expeditions for $10,000 off. That's an incredible deal, man, on an incredible vehicle.
Yeah, Ty. I mean, that's a ton of savings right now. You know, if you're looking for a good-sized SUV, whether you're going to be taking it to the games or you're going to be driving the kids around, you know, there's no better vehicle to buy, and there's no better time to buy it than right now.
And one of the great things about you guys at this dealership here at Randall Ford, not only are you the fourth oldest Ford dealership in the entire United States, we know about the brand Ford. It's an American company. They've been supplying American workers for 100-something years. Yeah. But you guys also have a number of different vehicles on the lots, cars, trucks, SUVs. I mean, Chris gave me this list of you guys. So you guys have a 2017 Ram that has only 9,000 miles, an LTC Tahoe for 2016 with 42,000 miles. So many vehicles on the lot, not just Ford, but also other used vehicles that people need to come in today and take a look at.
Right. I mean, you know, we do have the #1 selling truck in America, but we also do have other things. You know, we've got something to fit every budget, whether you are looking for that cheap $200 payment or, you know, you're wanting something a little bit bigger like an SUV. We've got it. We've got something for everybody here. You know, you just got to come up and let us make you a heck of a deal and save you some money.
Yeah, and it's friendly here. No one's, like, pushing you or anything. I mean, I've known you, Scott, Jordan, everyone here for quite some time. It's just it's a friendly dealership, and this is a family dealership. I mean, you think about Brad, you think about Bradford. I mean, this has been a part of their family for quite some time, and you get that family type of feel here at Randall Ford.
Yeah, you absolutely do. You know, we do a good job. You know, we're not here to be pushy salesmen. People have this concept, you know, oh, salesmen, they're just pushy, and that's not what we want to do. We want to help you, you know, through the process, walk you through it. You know, whether you've got good credit or bad credit, we just want to help you get established or just find that perfect vehicle and with no pressure.
Perfect example is the guy I'm sitting next to who sold me my vehicle. So come on by and see Audrey today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. And we got some good weather to appreciate as well, man.
Absolutely, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. We'll pull the vehicles right up front for you down. We'll take them on a drive and cruise down Rogers Avenue.
Appreciate it, Audrey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tommy, I'm really excited about this weather as we're getting a chance to watch the game at your house. I mean, we couldn't ask for anything better, man.
I sat outside, got everything got set up at 11 this morning for that first wave of games before we had to head to the studios. And, I mean, just so comfortable. Just such a beautiful day right now.
What are the odds that our friend Scott Blair over at Calico County brings over some whiskey to warm us up later tonight?
Minimal.
Pretty good odds.
Very minimal.
That's not happening. Oh, I'd be surprised if that didn't. So we are live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. You want to call or text in? It is 877-377-6963. 30 more minutes of us, and then you'll get to hear IMG's pregame show. Stay with us on Arkansas Game Day.
When you've escaped the screens and the sun bathes everything in a golden glow, and your friend hands you a cold organic beer that tastes as perfect as nature itself, that's pure gold. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, the first national USDA certified organic beer. Organic by nature. Enjoy responsibly. 2020 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, St. Louis, Missouri.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7. RandallFord.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith wants you to know dine-in service is now open, recognizing all state and CDC guidelines. Takeout and delivery service remains available as well. Whole Hog Cafe Fort Smith is also, until further notice, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. The Whole Hog Cafe on Borough Road also has a drive-thru for your convenience. Call Whole Hog Cafe on Phoenix Avenue or Borough Road, or order online at wholehogfortsmith.com for your award-winning Memphis-style barbecue and sides.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Ask Shelter agents Tiffany Newman or Warren Robertson about a free insurance review.
Ben Guerin Community Complex, the former First Tee of Fort Smith, is now open. This will be a learning facility again, with PGA professional Matt Brown teaching at the Youth Golf Academy. Our junior golfers can learn the fundamentals of golf on the updated 9-hole course and practice facility. People of all ages can enjoy golf at the Ben Guerin Community Complex. Play a quick round of golf, play foot golf, or work on your game on the chipping and putting greens, or hit a bucket of balls on the driving range. Now open, the Ben Guerin Community Complex at Ben Guerin Park.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Light your homes for less with the help of Metters Lumber True Value. Right now, a 4-pack of GE 5-watt or 8-watt LED bulbs is only $9.99. The 5-watt bulbs are equivalent to 40-watt incandescent bulbs, and the 8-watt bulbs are equivalent to 60-watt incandescent bulbs. Choose from soft white or daylight. These light bulbs are rated for 15,000 hours. Hurry over for these bargains in the month and other lighting accessories while supplies last at Metters Lumber True Value.
Winter is just around the corner. At AOG, we realize some customers are facing new challenges because of the pandemic. We're here to help. Our customer service team can offer you a wide array of payment options or direct you to utility payment assistance agencies in your area for help. Please call us at 1-800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com. Thank you for being a valued AOG customer. We're all in this together.
This is Brett Good, former Razorback and Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Everyone loves to be on a winning team. That is why I have joined Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Henderson Phillips can help you tackle all your employee benefit, health insurance, and staffing management solutions. Plus, I can help you with any commercial or personal insurance need. Come join my team at Henderson Phillips. Call me, Brett Good, at 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292.
Hardee's introduces the new prime rib and cheddar Angus thick burger, a charbroiled burger so delicious you have to see it to believe it. But seeing as you can't see it, I'll describe it. There's a juicy charbroiled 100% Angus beef patty cooked over fire, topped with sliced prime rib. That's right, premium prime rib on charbroiled Angus beef. And on top of that, melted cheddar cheese sauce. So what are you waiting for? Try the new prime rib and cheddar Angus thick burger from Hardee's. Feed your happy. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. Price and participation may vary.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
2 seconds, 1 second, he lets fly with a shot.
From the Busch Light Studios, this is ESPN 95.3.
He's going to the house. Raheem Boyd for a touchdown.
Welcome to Arkansas Game Day.
Into the end zone. Arkansas wins. The Razorbacks win.
Presented by Randall Ford and Bud Light, an official title sponsor of the Razorbacks.
Live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. This is Arkansas Game Day. Taking your calls and texts at 877-377-6963. Also going to get into a Bud Light scoreboard update coming up momentarily. First call of the afternoon goes to Mr. Ryan, who's in Ozark.
Brian,
you are on Arkansas Game Day, brother.
Man, I got to ask you a question. And I mean, I don't know a thing about Arkansas football right now. But, you know, there's like reality and there's fantasy. And it's kind of a fantasy that Arkansas is going to win this game tonight.
Okay, why you say that? Since you don't know anything about Arkansas football.
They have not beat an SEC team in 3 years.
Okay.
First point.
And watching Arkansas play Georgia last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The game they led for 39 minutes.
Yeah, Mississippi State beat LSU with ease. Arkansas's not going to beat Mississippi State.
Well, Brian, it took Mississippi State 22 minutes to score a touchdown in that ball game, and LSU was up in that game for Georgia's second half, and Arkansas held Georgia in check for 39 minutes, and that's a top 5 scoring team.
All I got to say is Arkansas has good, loyal fans, and whether they win or lose, they'll still be there. And obviously, it's just going to be an edge. But anyways, have a great day.
All right, Brian.
Appreciate it, Brian. So
proven win or lose, they're going to be there.
Yeah,
that has been proven. So
if anyone wants to call in and give Ryan a retort, it's 877-377-6963. Robert in Fort Smith said Brian is not exactly his favorite guy that's ever called into Arkansas Game Day. Want to give again? That's a non-Arkansas fan that just called in. If you think the game
sounded like an LSU fan, maybe.
If you think the game is going to go different tonight, I don't just want I'll take your text, but I'd also like your calls at 877-377-6963. Part of what we've always talked about with the Arkansas football program, basketball program, baseball program is hope. And sometimes it's blind hope. I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise, but I think there's a legitimate chance that Arkansas wins this game tonight. Now, let me just be clear, cards on the table. I have Mississippi State winning, but I don't have Mississippi State winning by 45 tonight. I think this is going to be a close ball game where the Bulldogs pull away late. That's my own opinion. You're welcome to give your opinion. Again, 877-377-6963. Tommy, I don't believe it's fantasy land that thinking Arkansas can win the game tonight.
No, I think Arkansas has a chance, but a lot of things have to go right. A lot of things in this ball game tonight cannot be Arkansas shooting themselves in the foot, which I think last week with special teams, last week with some of the things they did in play calling, like the double reverse and deep in your own territory, timeout mismanagement. Those are some things that at some point you got to get out of your own way. And that's really been the problem for the last couple of seasons since you won your last SEC game against Ole Miss in 2017. So, at some point you got to quit defeating yourself. And I think that's really the first step in Arkansas fixing a lot of their football problems.
Pilot Mike from Tulsa says Brian should lay off the wine coolers. I guess he had a few minutes. I would really be curious because we heard from Aggie Dave. He was pretty outspoken to the university he cheered for. But I've always wondered, Tommy, like when you call in and listen, not everyone living in the state of Arkansas is an Arkansas fan. Here in where we live at, there's a lot of Sooner fans, and we deal with a lot of that. And I understand you don't have to be 100% loyal. Like if you didn't grow up here, if you didn't go to college here, like it's not that big of a deal if you're not an Arkansas fan. But I am curious to see what Team Bryant is allegiant to as far as that goes. We got a call here we'll get to shortly. Again, I want to hear from you as an Arkansas fan. What do you think about the game tonight? I think as far as what's going to happen, we've put it at the feet of a lot of what's going to happen in the trench play, Tommy, whether it's the offensive line, whether it's the defensive line. What are they going to be able to do tonight on both sides of the football? That's going to be very curious to me.
Yeah, and one of the things, and I don't know that they can get enough pressure on Costello by only sending 3, perhaps 4, maybe dropping 8 in coverage, keeping 7 in coverage. I mean, the numbers are pretty clear. If you have 8 to cover 5, you're in a better position. But can you make Costello uncomfortable with 3? All right, so you send 4. Can you cover 5 with 7? So it's just a numbers game, and I'll be interested. They'll mix it up, I'm certain. They'll be trying to cover all those routes underneath, and they certainly don't want Kylan Hill on a little dump-off having open space and then cutting back across the grain and just slashing you for 8, 10, 12 yards at a time that way.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Let's welcome in another caller to the conversation. Ed is in Fort Smith here locally. Ed, you're on I almost said Morning Rush. You're on Arkansas Game Day, man.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Man, it's game day. We're doing great.
Heck yeah. I'm fired up for this game. I think the Hogs are going to pull it out. I think you're going to see a little bit different defense for Barry Odom. I mean, he's gonna put pressure back there on this guy. This Brian guy, he needs to go, just call in on his team, leave us Arkansas fans alone. I mean, we're always going to be here, but, I think the Hogs are going to pull it out. I say they win by 10, maybe 13 points.
All right, so you mentioned the pressure by the defense. So why are you as optimistic today? Why do you think Arkansas will win today other than the defensive pressure you mentioned?
Well, I think the offense is going to come together. I think Felipe is going to do better than he did last week. I mean, he didn't have a bad game. He threw 200 yards against a top Georgia defense. We didn't have the running game going, but I think the running game's going to get turned up. That's going to open up more passing lanes, and I just think the offense is going to click, and I think the special teams are going to actually show up this week.
Well, I think if those things happen, they'll have a chance today.
I think we're going to win. We're due. We're beyond due.
That is the best take.
We were overdrawn, Ed. We're not due. We're overdrawn.
Oh, man. That is Ed, appreciate the call this afternoon. Call back anytime here on Arkansas Game Day. That is the best take that I've heard from Tommy, from other Arkansas fans consistently. Talking about the Arkansas football team is we're due.
Well, yeah, if you run out of tactical reasons or football reasons or logic – you just that is a catch-all safety net for reasoning why you're going to win the game. Well, we're due because no one can argue the fact that Arkansas is due to win a conference game.
No, you're 100% right. Tommy,
inarguable.
Yeah. I feel like we need to do this as we are Arkansas radio hosts who grew up hating one particular school that resides in Austin. Texas is not back, Tommy. In fact, they lost at home to the TCU Horned Frogs 33-31. Is there a hallelujah? Do we have the hallelujah thing?
I wish I had a sound effect for lighting the cigar, but
if only Clay was still on. Do we need to get Clay back on?
Need to get Clay
crack
maybe
a beer.
that's better.
That works.
No cigars, but we'll just have a
cold one. A cold one on the you know what I was taught.
Bud Light.
I was taught to love, growing up in Sunday school and then going to church as a young boy and a young man, I was taught to love your enemies. But in small fine print in the Bible, if you go there and look, and I don't know what verse it is, it says, except the Texas Longhorns, or except when Texas loses a game. So props to Texas for once again proving to the college football world that they have no business being pre-ranked every single year in the top 10. Thank you, Sam Ehlinger. Thank you, Tom Herman. And thank you to the Texas Longhorn football team for once again proving that you have no business being where you're actually ranked preseason.
So 33-31 the final there. Another team you love to hate is Texas A&M. They trail Alabama 7-0 with about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mac Jones found John Mechie III, 78 yards early in the ball game, and Alabama leads 7-0. A&M trying a 37-yard field goal on their opening drive. It missed wide left, and right now A&M has just punted the ball away as right now Alabama leads 7-0.
Golly, man, that's a game that I just don't see. It's like we were talking about earlier, Tommy. I don't know why. And listen, I know Alabama brings a national TV audience, but they're going to – I just see them kind of blowing Texas A&M out early. And where's everyone else going to go? They're not going to watch a blowout. You know what I mean? That's just how it is with Alabama football. So
I've got it on here in the studio, and it looks like Mac Jones just found Mechie again, who already – listen to this stat line. Mac Jones 3 for 3, 114 yards with a touchdown.
Wow!
And already Alabama is driving. They're deep inside A&M territory down to the 25. We have a flag down on the field, but all three of those receptions to Mechie, who has 114 yards, to match up with Jones's 114 yards.
Good grief, and that's just one of the guys you think about. Jalen Waddle, who torched Auburn in Auburn last year. You think about Devontae Smith, who was the one that caught the touchdown pass against Georgia 3 years. Was it 3 years? Was it 2 or 3? It was 2 or 3 years ago. He was a freshman at the time. I mean, they just reload and reload and reload, Tommy. And it's got to be quite annoying as a defensive coordinator or an offensive coordinator when you see, oh, finally this guy's gone, but oh, there's another 5-star in place.
And fitting that flag I mentioned a moment ago, you know what the flag was for? Is on A&M. This is fitting. 12 men on the field.
Oh, man. When it comes back to so I was watching a game the other night, Billy Gillespie, who was the old 12th man for them, and I was like, oh, he made it to the NFL. Congratulations. Yeah. We are live from Randall Ford. It is Arkansas game day. If you want to call us or text us, it's 877-377-6963. One more segment of Arkansas game day coming at you.
The pregame show that gets you hyped. This is Arkansas Game Day.
Beat up sauce alert. 4 new sauces just hit the menu. Listen closely for the lineup. Player 1, pizza sauce. The game day decision of pizza versus wings is now easier than ever. Player 2, lemon pepper. Yep, that's right. Now it's a sauce too. Player 3, orange sauce. Served with a fortune cookie on the side. And lastly, coming in hot, Carolina Reaper. This sauce just moved up to captain, taking over as Beat Up's new blazing sauce. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
The best TV experience in the nation is available locally with personal service from Wild World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional, Dish-authorized retailer. Dish has the Hopper 3, the most advanced DVR, and delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recordings anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now, Wild World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH for more details, or stop by our location at the corner of Phoenix and Rogers, or visit us online at shopwildnow.com.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
Attention, Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Kubota and Gray Brothers have teamed up to bring you special pricing on all Kubota cab tractors to help you keep cool during your hay baling and brush hogging activities. And if you're looking at cleanup from the recent storms, try Kubota skid steers and excavators with special pricing and low-term financing. Now's the time for a new Kubota at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
For the month of October, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October. We also offer in-store no credit check financing, delivery, and service after the sale. At Frank Bro Furniture, we are family owned and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made in the USA products as possible. Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frank Bro Furniture, your made in the USA headquarters, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Frank Bro Furniture, best seats in the house.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning, your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
Winter is just around the corner. At AOG, we realize some customers are facing new challenges because of the pandemic. We're here to help. Our customer service team can offer you a wide array of payment options or direct you to utility payment assistance agencies in your area for help. Please call us at 1-800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com. Thank you for being a valued AOG customer. We're all in this together.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback pregame coverage is presented by Randall Ford and by Bud Light.
Live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. This is Arkansas Game Day. You need to swing on by and take advantage of the incredible deals that they have going on right now. Whether it's used Lincolns and the other used inventory that they have here on the lot, you can take advantage of the incredible deals. Whatever selection you're looking, it's not just Fords here at Randall Ford. This is the fourth oldest Ford dealership in the country, but they have a variety, whether it's cars, trucks, SUVs. And if you're in the market for a 2020 Ford Expedition, get this, everyone, $10,000 off right now at Randall Ford. Come by and see Dallas, come by and see Billy, come by and see Audrey and Scott and everyone else here at Randall Ford. They will take care of you. It is a family-owned business, and they're going to treat you just like family at Randall Ford. Tommy, you got an update on the Alabama game, man?
14-0 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Alabama has been throwing at will down the field. They scored the second time with Najee Harris on about a 5-yard run. I wasn't really looking over here, but with 3:58 to go in the first quarter, A&M has the ball back, but they're down 2 scores.
That's not surprising. I'm wondering, before Nick Saban retires, is he ever going to be beaten by one of his former assistants? I'm
going to tell you, I thought it was going to be Kirby Smart, and it could be, and this could be the weird year it happens. Jeremy Pruitt's beginning to make me wonder if that's going to happen. Those guys have the best shot because, well, Tennessee plays Alabama every year, so Pruitt may actually have statistically the best shot. This year, Alabama has to play both Tennessee and Georgia in the regular season. Georgia generally has the shot in the title game, but Jeremy Pruitt may end up being the guy that, just based on the fact that he gets to see him every year. I don't think it will be Jimbo. I don't see that. But if I had to bet on one of the two guys, it'd probably be Pruitt and then Kirby Smart, just based on chances.
Tommy, on the subject of Jimbo Fisher, is it more likely that he leaves the school for another job first, or do you think he's let go first? Because we got to remind everyone, when it comes to Jimbo Fisher contract, if he leaves for another school, he does not owe a penny to Texas A&M. But if he gets fired, then he is owed of whatever remains of that 10-year, $75 million contract.
But keep in mind, nobody's probably going to fire anybody this year with all the financial uncertainty. So I don't know. I mean, A&M has a lot of them. They have a very wealthy alumni base. There's no question about that. But paying off, this is fourth year there?
That sounds right.
So that would be $30 million, 7.5 times 4 would be $30 million out of, what'd you say, 75? So they still owe him, what, $45 million if they fired him after this year? Jimbo's not walking away from that. And where else are you going to go right now? And what school's going to offer you anywhere near the terms you got in A&M? You may be feeling some heat and some pressure, but I don't think you're walking away from those financial terms.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily say. I would venture to say that he has a pretty nice nice house in College Station or right outside in the surrounding area.
He's going to have a nice house no matter where he's at.
Exactly right. So the college football lucrative contracts just keep rolling in. But I am curious to see what COVID does to future contracts, how it impacts financial departments overall, not just this year, but years to come.
Hey, I know we're talking football today, but there were college basketball coaches that would have likely been let go at the end of the NCAA tournament, the end of their conference tournaments, and because of the uncertainty, or coaches that would have quit and looked at other options or had taken other jobs. But the coaching carousel was extremely small, it's very small this last year in basketball. I don't know, unless things dramatically get better between now and Christmas, that you're going to see a much difference in football this year. I just don't think there will be a lot of movement. So the NFL is going to play a factor in that. You are going to see teams that make changes on the NFL level, and I think that could affect your staffs to some degree. But I just don't see a lot of schools that are going to go as far as making big staff change or big head coaching changes with all the financial requirements to make that happen right now.
W and Wicks texting Tommy. He says, people can hate me all they want as long as I get paid like Jimbo.
Yeah, exactly. You can get mad all you want, but if you're going to give me $7.5 million a year and you got to give me it all if you fire me, get after firing me.
Yeah, after firing. Got a few more minutes here on Arkansas Game Day live from Randall Ford. It's 877-377-6963. If you want to voice your opinion real quick on what's going to happen in the game tonight. Tommy, we mentioned our game predictions yesterday. Has your changed whatsoever since Friday morning?
I guess I'm like you. I'm going to just be stubborn and stay what I have, just to be stubborn. But I do believe, and in my prediction with Clay and Hogs Illustrated, I got Arkansas staying close and competitive in this ball game. I got Arkansas losing today 56-44. I think it's a higher scoring game than some others have predicted, but I think Arkansas stays well inside that 18 points or so that Vegas has predicted, or at least has set the line at. But I think Arkansas is going to just run out of gas trying to score enough points.
I would be very appreciative of the Hawks tonight if they kept it within 2 touchdowns. Now, obviously, I'd be ecstatic if they somehow won. And I don't know if you, Tommy, I don't know if you know who Brandon Walker is, but he's kind of the big head. He basically has taken over Stingray's role as the most obnoxious, annoying Mississippi State fan out there. And he has been insufferable the last week when it comes to talking about Arkansas. So, like him, Tommy, if Arkansas found a way to win tonight, I am going to be an absolute moron on social media tonight. Now, within reason, I say that, and within the company policies, of course, but I am going to be insufferable towards every living, breathing Mississippi State fan out there tonight if Arkansas finds a way to win.
All right, score update from Tuscaloosa. Kellen Mond completes a 47-yard pass.
Oh, wow.
Is it Anais Smith? Anais Smith. And it's 14-7 now as A&M has made the extra point. Minute 13 to go in the first quarter. The Crimson tied up by a touchdown.
Tommy, they were losing because he opted out. Jamon Osborne, who was their best wide receiver or second best wide receiver coming into the season, he opted out. So you wonder. You mentioned Isaiah Spiller earlier in the program, who's one of the better running backs in the SEC. who's Mon going to throw the ball to? Like, that's a key part of everything, obviously playing the quarterback position. And without his premier wide receiver, you wonder who's going to step up for that Aggie offense.
Yeah, and right now, when you're down 14-0 in the first quarter and Alabama is throwing it at will, you're Jimbo Fisher, you probably got to start calling some pass plays to try to stay in what appears to be Alabama just going to name their own score today.
Absolutely.
So you don't have the luxury to run the football a lot when Alabama is throwing at will on A&M so far.
And it'll be curious, again, tonight what's going to happen with the Arkansas defense, that how certain programs that you mentioned, Alabama kind of taking whatever they want with Texas A&M this afternoon. You got to make sure if you're Arkansas from the jump, as we mentioned earlier, that you establish a couple 3-and-outs that Mississippi State has. And on the offensive side of the football for Arkansas, you get either a field goal on the first possession or you move the football, because it wasn't just – Tommy, it wasn't just the fact that they didn't score. They didn't move the football against Georgia. I know it's frustrating regardless if you don't put points on the board at the end of the drive. But my goodness, Tommy, like it seemed like that they were in eternal like 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8. And then you know where they were? On their own like 6 or 7 or 8 yard line. That was what it seemed like.
Field position. You know,
exactly.
But
so
we looked at it. Their average second down in the ballgame, they had 23 second downs. Their average second down was 8.4 yards to go. So you've got to be better on first down in this ball game to put yourself in a position to be in 3rd and short. Better first down plays, better first down productivity is always the key, but Arkansas had too many second and 8+ yard plays last week.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And Tommy got another text in here from JT in Hot Springs. We were talking about believing earlier. Well, he's believing in the Arkansas Razorbacks tonight. He thinks that Arkansas pulls it off 38-34. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. And then I guess we'll just see what happens as far as that goes.
Yep. What
happens in the game tonight. I'm excited. You're excited. Again, we are going to have IMG pregame coverage following this, and then we'll have obviously the game time 6:30 tonight, ESPN Arkansas, and then as well as hitthatline.com.
All right, we'll have some reaction on social media, so you can tune in for that. Don't forget you can listen to the game on hitthatline.com and ESPN995.com. If you want to listen on your smart speaker, just tell Alexa to play ESPN Arkansas or ESPN Northwest Arkansas for the game tonight. And the IMG broadcast is about 4 minutes away.
That's going to do it for us live at Randall Ford. This has been Arkansas Game Day. Talk to you later this afternoon.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call